Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be unboxing the Anbernic model number RG35XX. I've heard great things about this little handheld console. It's sort of one of those clone console things that comes with like a built-in like 6,500 games or something, like retro, all the way from like Game Boy, Game Gear, Mega Drive, even up to PS1 it's supposed to be able to play. So we're going to be taking a look at the built-in software and what actually comes with one of these units if you were to pick one of these up yourself, straight out of the box here. So firstly, I was a little bit dubious actually because, like I say, I've heard great things about this, and from what I've heard, they're sort of in the sort of £75 range, this little handheld, which is already quite reasonably priced considering you know, it sort of emulates games from as far back as you can go kind of thing, all the way up to the PS1. But actually this was available on Temu, and this is going to be the last time that I shill out for Temu, the second and last time. But basically guys, if this interests you, if you want to click the link below, not sponsored at all, but I get £2 every time someone just downloads the app even from my link. And I'm going to tell you that this was £58 on Temu, and because they're constantly giving you vouchers and stuff like that, I managed to get an additional £10 off with the voucher, because it was like spend over £50, get £10 off. So I managed to get this for £48, which is pretty crazy, to be honest, the price of like one game, and it's supposed to have all these built-in consoles and stuff that we're going to be trying out. There is apparently a community for Anbernic products that, you know, these sort of Reddit forum board things, where you can actually have custom software that you can download and improve this device. This device is supposed to be really good, however the built-in software is not supposed to be the best, and you can actually upgrade it and even get the full potential out of this little handheld console from what I've heard. So like I say, I was a little bit dubious, this being so cheap on Temu. It's got some details on the back there, manufactured by Pixel Forge. I'm not sure, can anyone tell me out there if your device that maybe you picked up directly from Anbernic, if you've actually got this yourself, is that the same details, or is that different companies producing these? I'm assuming that if different companies are producing these, and like Temu, this Pixel Forge is selling them on Temu, they're using exactly the same components and everything for it to be in an Anbernic box and for have the same model number, etc. It's got to be, I would assume, identical to if you were to pick this up off Anbernic's website yourself, kind of thing. So let's see. So firstly, we get 2 wipes there, a professional screen cleaning paper, a wet one and a dry one. We get a instructions booklet for the RG35XX. So it says insert, or where we're going from, number 1 here. So there's your main menu. Go into this, buttons and ports, game import, insert a FAT32 formatted memory card into the external card slot of the game console, and a new folder for each platform will be created. Just put the games in the folder and select the game in the game ROM. So yeah, you can use, like I say, you can use their built-in software, I believe. According to that, it looks like it's going to create these folders, and then you just put the games in the folders and they should just play. So the supported platforms are CPS. Not 100% familiar with these abbreviations. An expert out there might be. FBA, FC, GB is obviously Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear, MAME, Mega Drive, Neo Geo, Neo Geo Pocket Color, PC Engine, I believe, PS1, SFC. Off the top of my head, I can't think. Maybe Super Famicom console, and then Super Master System, Wonder Swan Color, potentially. Is that right? Sounds right to me. So where's like the SNES and stuff? I'm sure you could do SNES as well, but not unless that's the, is that the Super Famicom? I think it is, isn't it? That is the SNES. Again, I'm not really familiar with like Nintendo-y stuff. I'm a full-on Sega nerd, so anything Nintendo I may not be 100% clued up on. Apparently we've got some language settings and all that sort of stuff. game quality, you can change scan lines and all that sort of stuff. And these are the indicator lights. So yeah, all pretty well produced there in English. It's not one of those where it's like broken sort of Chinese English. I believe that's a screen protector, which I think is recommended to use actually. Of course, obviously you don't want to scratch your screen, but I think the one that they come with, I've heard, is actually pretty good, pretty decent. So here is the console, the handheld console itself, sort of jammed in there actually with this bag. I don't know why I said the word bag twice, but there you go, I did. But yeah, it is crammed in there. There we go. So you got this nice sort of packaging there. Make sure it's safe, especially if you order from Temu, because they just cram everything in a sort of an orange bag. So it's well protected. We've even got a cutout protected thing, and yeah, wow, there you go, guys. It's really nice. I've heard great things about the screen, to be honest, and you can see already it's got this sort of really nice large widescreen. You've got these trigger buttons on the back there, an L1 and L2, an R1 and an R2. Obviously, triggers and stuff you're probably more likely to use with your PS1 games. You've got a nice D-pad there, which, you know, instantly feels really nice. It feels what you would like a D-pad to feel like. Nice Game Boy reminiscent buttons. Don't think I've ever actually owned an original Game Boy, but instantly recognisable colour scheme wise. I went for the grey. There is a few different options on colour. I believe I did notice on the box somewhere there was ticks for what model that I'd actually picked up there, what colour. Hopefully you can see that. So these are grey, a transparent white, and a transparent purple. I was close to getting the transparent purple, but actually I just like the aesthetics of the thick thick, like non-transparent sort of style there. Looks like you've got volume buttons, and what we've got here, we've got the power button, an R button, reset button, potentially, a TF1. There is a card in there already, a card. So it does come with a 64 gigabyte. Oh, am I showing you that? So yeah, it comes with a built-in 64 gigabyte. What are these things called? SSDs, maybe? Or what are they called? SSD card? SD card. SD card, that sounds right. And then you've got so you've got an internal one and an external one, and I believe the internal one is where you keep your operating system on, and your external one is the one that you can keep popping out and adding games to and all that sort of stuff, and where you can actually go out your way to download ROMs. And yeah, I think it might be the internal one that you actually use to, firstly, this is like a tutorial guide thing I was actually watching before I bought this thing, but basically you back up all your files from this SSD card, then install this brand new operating system the community have worked on, and then I think you may have to, by the looks of it, buy a second SD card there to put your games on. I should have done a little bit more research on what I needed to buy to get this thing up and running, but as far as I'm aware, the games should be built in there, so we should be able to at least try something out in a moment. And finally, we've got a little box here, which comes with a what's that? Is that a USB 3 or a micro USB or whatever? You might be able to tell what that is. Looks like the same thing that you charge your Switch with. So yeah, just a little cable there to charge it with. Hopefully, we've got some charging that can actually show you. If not, there's going to be a bit of a time skip, of course, as I charge this, but hopefully we can power this on. I'm just going to hold it down for a couple of seconds and see what happens. We've got light, we've got power. It does say Anbernic, so yeah, guys, for 48 quid, man, you can get an Anbernic device here from Temu. Like I say, click the link below in the description for like I've sort of referred you affiliate thing there. I'll get £2 just for you downloading the app or whatever. And then I believe there's a little code that they provide me with as well that'll be in the description, and you'll be able to get £100 worth of vouchers or £150 worth of vouchers. But either way, you'll be able to get a voucher that it may even be 50% off if you use that code. Try it out anyway and see what you get. If you get a tenner off, like I say, these are 58 quid. I'll link, you'll get it for 48 quid. Free delivery as well if you're in the UK. I don't know if they ship anywhere else for free, but in the UK it's free. And it may even be 50% off, which would be crazy actually if that code does that. But you can see actually how nice the screen is already. Very, what's the word? You know, where you press the button and it does it instantly, reaction-y. So we've got search, so let's have a look. So you've got the game rooms. So yeah, like I say, PS1, so this is the built-in card. Vertical arcade games, I wonder if we can play like that, that'd be pretty sick. CPS game, that must be some sort of a, it does actually say Capcom, so the C must stand for Capcom. Capcom, maybe that's what the P is. Capcom, not sure. System. Neo Geo. FBA hack game, don't know what that is. MAME games are like your sort of like classic arcade titles. GBA is on here. NES, so there was NES even though I didn't read NES. SNES. Sega Master System, Sega Mega Drive, I like the little images you can see as well. Game Boy Color, Game Boy, the PC Engine, the Neo Geo Pocket Color, the Game Gear, and the Wonder Swan. So there's a lot of stuff to be getting on with there. Let's have a look at the PS1 games. Before I go in here, I think there might only be 8 built in. Oh, we've got more than that. We've got 18. We've got actually more than I thought, actually. Bloody hell. Okay, there's a shit ton. 56. So I just went through there. So we've got Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Tekken 3, RE3, Crash Bash 1, Bandicoot 2, Bandicoot 3, Dino Crisis 2, Contra Adventure, Silent Hill, Bomberman World, Colony Wars, never heard of, Command & Conquer Red Alert, Digimon World 3, Dino Crisis, Disney's Tarzan, Driver 2. I'm not going to go through every system's games, by the way. I'm just the PS1 intrigues me. Fighting Force, that was a classic back in the day. Gran Turismo, Harry Potter on here. ISS Pro Evolution, Marvel Superheroes vs Street Fighter, Marvel vs Capcom, pretty cool. Medal of Honor, Mega Man 6, Mortal Kombat Trilogy, Resident Evil 1, Rival Schools Evolution, Spider-Man 2, Suikoden 2. I'd like to try them out, you know. I was thinking this is the kind of thing that I'm going to be playing in bed. So these games I probably wouldn't ever get around to playing, but I might actually play them now in bed. Tenchu 2, King of Fighters 99, Tomb Raider 1, 2, Twisted Metal 2, Twisted Metal 4, Xenogears, Bloody Roar, Brave, Fencer Musashi, Capcom vs SNK, Disney's Hercules, Dragon Ball GT, Final Fantasy Tactics, Final Fantasy 5, 6, 7 that is, so that's the classic apparently. Grand Theft Auto 2, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Clayman 1, Clayman 2, Medal of Honor, Need for Speed 3, Pac-Man World 20th Anniversary, Rayman 2, The Great Escape, what a bloody great game that is. Ridge Racer 1. In fact, let's try that because I played this a ton on the Dreamcast. So let's see how well this plays on the built-in operating system. So you can hear the music. Let's see how loud this device goes to. So that's the loudest it goes to. Press the start button. So we've got English, X button, like that. Obviously it's going to be, turn that down, maybe it is a little bit too loud. Obviously it's going to be based on original control scheme, so that looks like the OK button. But as you can see, it's filled the screen rather nicely. And that's without even going into the settings of, you know, the scan lines and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I mean, so far so good, guys.
Look what the pirates have done to our world. A planet of anguish and pain, haunted by evil. A dark place, teeming with fierce monsters. Nothing can stop them now that they've captured
I've actually played this for ages, man. Let's see if can we skip this shit. We can. I think this will be a good testing game anyway, at least, because no way, man, it's actually... It is literally Rayman 2, guys. Oh, we have got the trigger buttons as well. So that's how you do your camera. R2. Oh yeah, that does actually change the camera. That's rotating around the R2s. That locks behind, and I'm not sure. Oh, is that your strafe button? I remember. No? I'm not sure what that one does. But that's the one you're going to be using the most. Oh, that's your strafe button, yeah, because that's your camera. You see this okay, guys? This is actually sick. I'm trying not to swear too much on my videos. I do tend to swear quite a bit on unnecessarily. I'm actually really impressed, guys, because I was expecting a little bit of FPS lag in places perhaps on these PS1 games, and also because I've heard that the built-in OS isn't the best. But I mean, so far, at least for Rayman 2 here, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Just need to test the buttons out, but yeah, I'm really impressed with that. I don't know how well it's picking up the screen, but the screen in person is really, really nice. It's like backlit. Let's test that actually. So I'm just going to turn the light off. Yeah, you can see it's backlit. Obviously the camera is going to struggle to focus on that. Let me see if I can get it to focus a little bit. Hopefully you can just about see what's going on there in terms of quality there as I nudge the camera. So let's go back to the menu. So you've got the ability to save states, restart, what's the CD control, change CD image. Oh, so you can change game on the fly perhaps, or I was going to say if you've got Shenmue there, I don't think it can play Shenmue, but maybe that would allow you to change disc on the fly. Video display effect, so this is where you can change a few things. Backlit brightness, oh, you can actually go brighter, so 5 is the brightest. You've got HD, so this is where you change all these scan lines. I'm not going to mess with this too much because I don't really understand this stuff. Oh, we've got vibration as well. I think it has got a built-in vibration. Let's try that. I'm not sure if this is the type of game that will have vibrations. Nothing's vibrating so far. But yeah, I think it does have a vibration ability. It just might obviously use your battery up a little bit more. I'm not too sure what the battery life is on this Anbernic device. But yeah, you can't go too far wrong. Shall we try one more PS4 game? So we've got Ridge Racer 1 and Ridge Racer Type 4. I'm going to try Ridge Racer because I feel like that's going to show off the speed of the game, hopefully. Maybe even something like Marvel vs. Capcom would as well, just to show that the input lag and you know, FPS and refresh rate and all that sort of stuff doesn't falter. I feel like you have to watch. Oh no, you don't. Okay. I had a feeling then that you had to watch that. Ridge Racer Type 4, man. So we'll go with the Grand Prix mode. Just try and get straight into a race here and give it a little bit of a go.
Welcome to the Real Racing Roots 99 Grand Prix. You're on the route to the competition for this Grand Prix.
I wonder if it's going to be a trigger to drive here. Okay, automatic. Just trying to get through this quick, guys, just so we can actually get into a game here. First heat. go. Okay. We just need to find what the acceleration button is. Okay, it's that one. I'm going to change the camera angle. There we go. Brake is that. So what I need to figure out is actually, it is just like a PS1 controller where you, obviously this button's your X button, that button's your square. And so far, again guys, there's no FPS lag. It plays great, to be honest. I'm like so impressed. That's sick. That is literally sick, mate. Exactly what you want. So when you're in the menus, obviously go revert to sort of like a Nintendo sort of format with that's your A button, B button. So let's have a quick look for what's through these other games. So these are your vertical arcade games. And in fact, let's just try one of these quickly. That will be, I believe 9041 is sideways thing. Yeah, so there you go, guys. You can actually play in tape mode, in a sense. I'm not quite sure. We're going to have to be holding it a bit like this, I think. But guys, mate, that's really, really cool that that's a thing. This screen is amazing. I'm really impressed by that. Insert coin. There we go. Let's go. Yeah. There's your special button. That is so good. So good. Oh my god. I'm blown away by this just because I've never ever had anything like this before. I've usually just got like original hardware and any sort of emulator or whatever I used to have on the PC, or I've got a couple of like Dreamcast discs that have like supposed to have the whole Mega Drive Master System. Hang on, we're blowing out there, sorry. Game list on there. But to have this in the palm of your hands, I've never had anything like this before, which is really, really cool. You can see all the games here. So many games on that section. CPS. Street Fighter Alpha are on here. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Loads of Street Fighter games. Marvel vs. Capcom. Final Fight. So like these proper original arcade Capcom games. Looks like these loads. So you can press left and right. Oh, Pang, mate. They've got Pang. I love Pang. So this has actually got 167 games in the CPS library. Neo Geo. You can see here as I go through the screens, you've got all the Metal Slug games. So much stuff on here. And obviously you can add your own games to this, guy. So it's like whatever game on these systems you want to play, you can play, as far as I'm aware. But these are just the built-in ones, just in case. I've got Afterburner 2 there, I might try that out. So what are we on there? That's main. Let's try a bit of Afterburner 2. But yeah, this is, you've seen, I've taken it straight out of the box, and this is all that's playable from the get-go. That's your credit button. Oh, it's a little bit laggy sounding, this. This could be like where I was saying that the software is not 100% perfect. You can hear that this is slowed down. So this may need the additional user custom. I don't even know how to move. How the fuck you move? It's not moving at all. Okay, so that's our first loss, that one. That's not a great representation. But yeah, so out the get-go, you've got all these games installed on this device. You may find that some aren't great. Like I say, I've heard that there's Garlic OS, I think, is the community one that fixes a lot of the issues. So if you do come across issues with these built-in games, it could be worth going into, let's try one of these Sonic Advance games. It could be worth looking into that. I'm definitely going to go out my way to update the software, just from recommendations of the community or whatever. Like I say, there's a big Reddit for Anbernic devices. I'm really impressed by this little thing though. So let's just try some of these effects. So we got, that's scanline 1. So yeah, you can see it. What did I press that one? Scanline 2. Fast. Ooh, fast. I wonder if fast may have fixed the afterburner. Dot matrix HD. So you can have full screen or the original aspect ratio. Obviously that's a bit more of the Game Boy Advance sort of style. So if you prefer what's 1:1, that's probably what the... Oh, sick, man. Okay. So yeah, if you prefer to play your games original aspect ratio like you would do on a Game Boy Color, it's even got a built-in backdrop. Let's give it a go. Dude, that's sick, man. I haven't played this game for ages either. Woo. This is the one where you can actually grind rails and stuff. Love it. Very good, very good. Yeah, I didn't know you could have overlays as well. So I'm just going to flick through all the games. You can pause and see what actual games are built in, if that interests you more than going out your way to download ROMs or download additional software. At least you're getting an idea of what's on this device. So many for Game Boy Advance. Looks like you've literally got the full library. I just see Comic Zone on the Game Boy Advance. Oh yeah? Jesus Christ, actually we're only in the G's, the F's, K of the Kangaroo, S's. Wow. How many bloody games on this thing? Like I say, I think there is 6,500 games, or 5,000 or something like that. NES. I'm going to have to really slow the device down if you want to see what's on this. I'm going to do this through all the folders. Just in case you ever wondered what the library was on these things. This is the SNES library. Again, looks like you've literally got virtually every SNES game built in from the get-go without having to do any extra hassle or work. All this stuff's built in on the included SD card as well. So we're going in the thousands with the SNES. Jesus, man. There you go. There's like 1,500 SNES games. What's this? I think this was the Master System version, which is I'm really looking forward to trying Master System games because I never owned a Master System actually. I had a Game Gear, which essentially these games are. Just double check on the. Yeah, it's focused. These games are also on the Game Gear, but obviously the Game Gear displays them differently. Like say for the Sonic games, you haven't got much screen real estate have you to play with. So I'm not sure why, but we've got two folders within the Mega Drive section. These like this 0001. I'll go through the main stuff here first. Instantly you can see it's got all the Sonic games on there. Some really standout titles straight away. Again, they've probably got the whole entire library. Let's blast through this. Hopefully this is keeping up and focusing. That's one thing I've not checked on actually, guys, so I apologise if the text went out of focus at all at any point. Just let me know if you want me to show you these menus again at some point. If that did happen, I'd be more than happy to go through this stuff. Again, so that was the Game Boy Color. the Game Boy, which is basically this aesthetics. So yeah, loads of games for that. PC Engine. Don't believe I've played any of these games in my life. Neo Geo Pocket Color. Let's see what's on here actually. So you got Metal Slug first and second mission, King of Fighters round 1 and round 2. So round 1's the black and white version. Samurai Showdown 1, 2, Fatal Fury, Last Blade, sick. Sonic Pocket Adventure, guys. Worth 48 quid on its own. Evolution, Mega Man game, Puzzle Bobble Mini, Pac-Man, Dark Arms, I love that game. Cool Borders Pocket, Cotton's on here, Dive Alert games for Saley, Gal's Fighter, Pocket Tennis is a sick game. The only game that's not on there is Crush Roller, love that game. Game Gear titles now. Your Sonic and Tails 2. Sonic and Tails 2. Don't recall that. Is that called something else over here? Drift 1 and 2, Labyrinth, Spinball, Triple Trouble, Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. Yeah, don't believe I recognise Sonic and Tails 2, but that might just be because it's a Japanese only. Looking at the box art, I'm not sure. Ooh, we got the Game Gear Shinobi games as well. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if the full Game Gear catalogue is on here. Just because, no, probably not actually. There's only 127 games on there. Zool as well. But yeah, guys. Oh, last one. Wonder Swan. Never played one of these, so that's going to be interesting to try a few of these out. Like I say, when you've got such a small device in the palm of your hand, you know, just take it bed with you, don't you? Favourites, so you can add games from your list to your favourites. That's quite a nice feature. History, this shows you what I've played, which is pretty cool as well. Actually, wise, it got games that I haven't played. These people testing games before me, like before they sent it off to me, maybe. Search, okay, so you can search a specific game. Let's see what comes up when we just type Sonic in. Like I say, very precise, very nice feeling joystick. So yeah, you can type Sonic in and you've literally got all of the Sonic 5, not sure what that is. All of the Sonic compilations. Sonic Jam 6, interesting. I'm going to be having fun seeing what some of these are. Just for the hell of it, let's see what Sonic 5 is. Okay, oh my god. Obviously some sort of bootleg ROM there for Sonic 5. Settings, so battery, shows you the voltage, the charging current, if that interests you. Capacity, we are at 48%, so it does come with a fair bit of charge in it. Date and time, we need to set that eventually. IO test. Okay, so you can test all the buttons out, make sure everything's working precisely. Select start, menu. Menu plus select key to test motto. What's that mean? Oh, that's the vibration. Cool, man. And start plus select to get out, then pair. Okay. Button sounds, icon settings. I won't mess too much with that. Background settings. So you can change the background image. Is that just black? Bit Skies of Arcadia looking. It's just a random bridge. I think I like the built-in one, the sort of a dragon thing going on. Language setting. You can schedule a power off, apparently. Backlit time, a minute, so I'm guessing if we had this study for a minute, it would dim. Back brightness, you can pick how bright you want the backlight. I quite like the brightest, actually. Buttons custom, so you can change the how you want the buttons to play. Clearing history. Right, okay. Ooh, which ones? Yes, I'm guessing the grayed out thing is the button. Clear favorite record, clear core association. Not sure what that means. And there's your firmware at the bottom if you wanted to compare that with your model. If you want to see if they've updated anything, I don't know. That's the latest firmware for this version. And yeah, that's it, guys. So really, really impressed. There's all the model information there as well, if that interests you. Oh, I don't know if that's focused. I can't. There you go. That's definitely focused. Finally, guys, just added the screen protector. I put mine on a little bit wonky, but you can't tell, to be honest. It looks, you know, if you're just looking at it normally, it looks quite nice. I didn't realise until just, but there's your indicator lights on the top there. There's actually a HDMI port. So, yeah, I forgot about it, but I remember now seeing it. You can actually hook this up to a TV as well. HDMI port. Yeah, showing you a little bit closer the ports and stuff. You've got the power port there. You've got a phono headphone socket jack thing there at the back on the arsehole of it. Yeah, that's where you put your extra card if you want additional games or whatnot. I'm not sure how that works, if it'll just automatically detect that you've got additional games on a card or whatever. But yeah, guys, I thought I'd just show you that quickly. So yeah, guys, I'm going to leave it at that anyway. Hopefully you've enjoyed that little look. What is going on with the focus? I'm really pleased that everything's that playable out the box, because I thought the way that the videos and people that I've seen speak about this device say how brilliant it is, but the built-in operating system and whatnot is quite lacking and not to its full potential. And maybe that is the case. We've only tried a handful of games, but the games that I did play, barring Afterburner 2, have all been absolutely brilliant, to be honest. Can't falter it. Really sleek device. Got nice weight to it, so it's not too heavy, not too light. You could probably fit it in your pocket, but obviously you'd probably want to put your screen protector on there. Give it a wipe so that you don't get any dust or whatever underneath your screen protector, of course. But yeah, guys, I'm overall really happy with that, especially for the price. Got that for £48, free delivery. You cannot grumble at that at all, actually. That is an absolute bargain. So if this does interest you, hopefully I've showed it off quite nicely. If you want anything else showing, just let me know. But yeah, if this does interest you, again, I got this off Temu, which seems to be the cheapest because of the voucher. So yeah, if that interests you, again, details in the description below. Yeah, use my link, might as well. That would be brilliant. Cheers, guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.